Hey guys, I am here at my tattoo shop today, but I thought I would come live and talk to you a little bit about why I started this journey and why I started coaching. This is a two different part thing because the reason that I started my journey to health was different than what my reason is that I started coaching, and that's even different than why I stayed coaching. So back in 2016, I was probably my heaviest at that point. I weighed 235 pounds. I had had two children. I struggled with PCOS. And I had just fallen into a really, really big funk. That's like the only way to put it. And my depression had kind of hit like a high since I had had my children. And I knew that I needed to do something about it. And I knew that a lot of it was physical and that I needed to start my own health journey. I knew that I wasn't taking care of myself. And with three kids, I didn't even know how I was going to do that. And so I really, really clumsily started into my fitness and health journey. I started running and tried to eat healthy, but the weight wasn't coming off. It was just staying, and I didn't know where else I could turn to for that at that point. And so I was having just one of those really, really bad days. And I had tried like every program out there to this point. Like I had done keto before and it hurt my kidneys, and I had done Weight Watchers before, but I didn't feel like it was a complete package. I had done so many different things before that I was just getting really, really discouraged. And so I was talking to my husband the night before I had officially signed up, and I just was like, something has got to change. Like, I've got to do something about my health. Like, this is crazy. And that is when I was scrolling on Facebook and just doing my thing and realized my friend had kept posting these live videos, and I was like, what? Why does she keep posting these? These are driving me nuts. So finally I sat down and listened to one of them, and she had me do an exercise. And if you want to do this too, you totally can. But she said, close your eyes and picture yourself in a dark room. And what I pictured was one of those like police, like places where they hold you and interrogate you. And you're sitting down at a table, and across from you is someone sitting there, and you realize that it's you in 5 years. What does that person feel like? What does that person look like? What does that person want? What are those dreams that you have? And so I was doing this exercise, and I was looking across the table, and the person sitting there was healthier. The person sitting there was happier. The person sitting there was more financially independent. The person sitting there wasn't depressed. The person sitting there was confident. And the person sitting there had blonde hair instead of pink, which I had pink hair at that point. And then she said in the video, if you are looking to be healthier, happier, more financially independent, please reach out to me. I have a solution for you. So I go, oh, great, here you go. Here's another thing that someone's going to try to get me started on, and it's not going to work. It's going to be like all these other programs I've been on, and I just don't even really want to hear it. But I was like, okay, I'll message her and see what this is about. And then I didn't message her right away. And then a couple days later, she messaged me, and she was like, hey, I wanted to tell you more about this program that I had, and I was wondering if you're interested. And I was like, sure, whatever, I'll listen for 5 minutes, like kind of just bugged. And she started telling me about the program. And she said, it's like a complete program, which I liked the sound of that. And she said, there's the 4 parts, which is the superfood shakes, and then the workouts, and then we have this great community of other strong women. And I was like, well, that's when my ears went up, because I was super lonely as a mom, and even just being an adult, and then she said, the last thing is like that she was like a coach, and she could help coach, and and also nutrition. And I was like, okay, still not buying it. But then she said, if it doesn't work for you, the great thing is there's a money back guarantee after 30 days. That I was like, okay, I'm in, because before I had done HCG, I had done all these things. I never got my money back when it didn't work for me. And so I was like, I'll try it for 30 days. I'll get my money back when it doesn't work. And that'll be that. And that's how I got started. And so the reason why I was doing that is because I needed to be happier and healthier for myself, for my kids. I wanted to be fit. I didn't want to have to shop in plus size anymore. So that's why I started my journey into health. Then there is another part of this, and that's why I started my journey into coaching. You may want to know this because you're starting your challenge and you're wondering what your coach is like and why I do this. You may want to know this because you're interested in doing it yourself. Whatever the reason that you're interested in this, message me, tell me about it. Let's communicate on why you're interested in this. As far as coaching, I was 1 month into my journey and I had lost 30 pounds. And that was the typical weight loss for me in most programs. I'd lose the 30 pounds, I'd get off of it, and then I would start gaining weight, and pretty soon I was back to where I started or even heavier. So I knew that I needed the accountability that this program gives you. And I knew that when it was going to get tough is when I usually fell off, and now I have to stay on. And how am I going to do that? How am I going to stay determined when my motivation is gone? And so that is why I started coaching. That was a big reason why. I wanted other people to be on this journey with me. I wanted them to feel as good as I was feeling. I wanted them to lose weight happily, not with a diet, not with restrictions, not with cutting out whole food groups or anything like that, but doing it happily, doing it a way that you could continue in your life, knowing that it's okay sometimes to have things that aren't exactly 100% healthy for you, that it's okay as long as you keep going. It's about having progress rather than perfection. And I just fell in love with helping people, with communicating with them every day about what was hard and what was great, and celebrating when they had great times, and letting them cry on my shoulder when they had hard times, or letting them say, Megan, please don't let me eat this cake, whatever it was. Like, I fell in love with that part of the process. And so that's why I became a coach, is because it's my passion. I love helping people. I love when I get that message that someone sends me and they said, I've changed my life, you've changed my life, and we've done this together. That just keeps me going and keeps me moving forward. And so those are the reasons why I started. And the reason why I keep coaching is because I still have that passion. I still have that fire. I am now more financially independent. I'm able to pay for things without asking my husband if I can have some money. And there's just so many different things there's so many different dynamics into why I've stayed with the coaching. And so that's my story. And I would love, love, love to hear yours, your reason why you're doing this, and what your goals are, and how you're going to achieve all of those goals. And so I hope that you all have a super fantastic day, and I hope that I hear from all of you soon.